Alright, Megavanan everyone, and welcome to my reaction video to, well, two things. I should actually preface first that, this game, or this, this film is, called, what is it now? The Realm of Eldervin, okay, which is the world in which the film, that it's still the same film called Gallowmere, but Gallowmere takes place in, I guess, the realm called Eldervin, okay, and they decided to retitle the film The Realm of Eldervin because I guess, for them, Gallowmere sounded a bit generic. I had no problems with it, but I'm also very good with, the Realm of Eldervin. I think that's equally as cool. So there's two trailers for this. I'm going to start off with the social media teaser, and then there's the, I think it's the Spotlight teaser, and they're both short enough. They're both less than a minute. So I don't know how much new footage we're going to get with this, but I'm very excited to check this out. I was really excited, when I saw Gallowmere, the trailer for that. I haven't seen the film, of course, but, I guess they're having like a very hard time trying to get it out there, and I don't know if, maybe if it's possible for them to, or maybe they don't want to, maybe they just want to, get it released on physical media right away, or if it's going to have any kind of very, very exclusive, limited theatrical release. Most likely it will not be, around, the theater where I live. So that is why I'm hoping, or I wouldn't mind if they did that and did a, what do you call that? Is it just called simultaneous release? In the theater, limited release, and then have the Blu-ray, DVD, Blu-ray come out at the same time, because I absolutely, to show my support, would love to purchase this film, and check it out, give my review, my honest thoughts, and from what I've seen, it looks, I was already impressed, the first time when I saw the teaser trailer and then the trailer of Gallowmere, so I'm not expecting that to change, but let's just hope that there are more footage to see. Okay. That is the director, I think. Yeah, from director, or Oliver Hollingdale. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that name. I think there was at least some other movie I've seen that he's done. I don't want to say just in case I'm wrong, but I think there's at least one other film I've seen. So yeah, that's the, I guess, you could say the music for that trailer. It's more like an ambient music that served the trailer well and fit, the scenes. And I have to say I'm a little bit surprised in a good way, with the violence. I don't think we really saw that level of violence in the first two trailers. But here, this is clearly an R-rated film, so I'm very pleased with that. I remember seeing such films, back in the day. These are like, I guess you could call it like 80s, they're B fantasy films, but they're almost like over-the-top violence and sexploitation in a way. Films like, Deathstalker 1, Deathstalker 2, both Barbarian Queen films, things like that. Ator, I'm not going to throw, something like Beastmaster, or of course, Conan in there, but those type of films, fit, something like this. And that level of violence, kind of reminds me of that. Although this looks like it has more of the serious tone and look of something like a Lord of the Rings, with that sort of level of violence from those, B direct-to-video fantasy films. Um, Even more serious than which I also enjoyed, the remake of Deathstalker. I think it starred Daniel. I can't remember his name now. Daniel Reinhardt or something like that. Reinhardt or Bernhardt. But he's someone that starred in 90s. Was it like a show, like a 90s show? I know him from the 90s. He's an action star from the 90s. Daniel Bernstein or something, but I really enjoyed that. The only thing with that film was that would have made it better would have been the nudity, if it had nudity, female nudity, but it did not. That's what those type of films were known for back in the day. I'm not going to say anything whether or not it's going to have that here, and to be quite honest, for something like this, because the way it looks, and I'm going by the previous trailers I've seen, the first ones when it was known as Gallomere, it has this sort of level of sophistication to it. Like I said, something like a Lord of the Rings and the cinematography of like Lord of the Rings, but with the over-the-top violence, but maybe not as over-the-top, as something like a B fantasy flick. Okay, so, whoops. Social media spotlight. Oh, now I can't remember which one I just watched. Okay, I think this is different.
Do you see beauty? If there's beauty, you're gonna die.
Okay, so this one. All right. So this is the Spotlight trailer. Yeah, this one kind of showcased a bit more of the, not really focusing on the violence, aspect. So I think those two trailers that I did a reaction of, make a smart match, to watch back to back. So one showcasing more of like the violence, and this one showing, some different scenes of, the layout of the land and somewhat of the cinematography, but not really. And keep in mind when I said it has some of that beauty of Lord of the Rings. Keep in mind this is an indie film, so it's not going to be see, this is what I'm talking about, some of the grim dark beauty, but I've seen from the other trailer there are some brighter scenes. But just keep that in mind. It's not going to have that same budget of like Lord of the Rings. So with what they have, I think it looks really fantastic to me. Okay, so again, so it's called The Realm of Eldervin. Do check them out. I'll leave the link down below, so you can back them in any way that you can. Okay, so I'm looking forward to this, and I really want to purchase this film on Blu. I don't have a 4K player, so just Blu-ray, and hopefully it comes with a DVD.